Did you ever get called to the NFL office?
In those days, we weren't making a lot of money, but he charged me $1,000. That was like 1/20th of my salary. And I don't even know. It was a big fight we had, I think, against the Cowboys, where it was a bench clearing fight. So I don't know if they ever brought in anyone from the I wasn't even in that fight. I might have started it on the field where everyone got upset, but I kind of stepped back and was watching everyone go at it. So Rozelle called me in, and he said, we got to put a stop to this. It's a contact sport. It's a physical sport. I came in there with all my long list of things I was going to use as rebuttals, but guess what they did? Took all the games I played in, and they took all my plays out of it, the bad ones, and then they put it onto a big reel, and I went in there with the head officials and sat down, and they had me face different. They had a bunch of people in the throat there, and I said to him, I was sitting high in my chair, at first. By the time the film was over, I was flipped down close to under the desk looking at it. You guys could make that film on anyone in the NFL. And they said, yeah, we know, but we made it on you. So to tell you the truth, I was probably fortunate to stay in the NFL because I wish they had gotten that film that Seth had made up. That would have been fun. But it was just, it was kind of embarrassing because I walked in there like my stuff, my briefcase under my arm, ready to take on Pete Rozelle in the NFL and tell them exactly the way it was until I saw the film. And I said, yeah, but you could have made that on anyone. We could have, but we didn't. We made it on you. Was told by the head coach that other teams that Rozelle had mentioned that you might want to tell your guard Dobler to calm down because he might be making another trip to New York. I said, well, if we play the Giants, can we make it then? Because Monday is my only day off. Come on, Rozelle, you suit up, get out there in the field, and let me tell you how you. I don't know how many players had to see Rozelle in their career, but as an offensive lineman, I might be the only one he ever had to talk to. I don't know. I just and the team flew me up there and they flew me back. I guess I just had to get a dressing down.
I tell you what, getting called to the commissioner's office and hearing you go in there with your briefcase, you're ready to have a debate and a conversation, and you sit down there and they break out this film. Oh man, that is an incredible story.
Yeah, I was sitting there and sitting upright in my desk with my chest out, getting ready to be a Philadelphia lawyer. By the time it was over, he kind of looked over the top of his desk and said, "Are you still there?" I was sitting so low in the desk. Then I figured my best bet was to keep my mouth shut, take my punches, and go on. They took the next game's paycheck from me.
So the real question is, did you change anything on the field?
Hell no.
Did you get letters just getting fined?
Oh, I've been fined a couple times, but Rozelle took a fine, and not too often being fined because it's tough for them to fine you. You were never called on a penalty. Could you imagine the press? He was fined because he was playing too rough. We had to kick him out of the game. Why? Because he was rough on the other players. Oh, okay.
What was Coach Hannafin's response to all this?
Oh, he's a good friend of mine. He loved it. But he just tried to say, you got to calm down because we'd like to see you finish it.